Hey, it's Brendan Payne with Century 21, the Harrelson Group here along the Grand Strand. And thank you for tuning in again for this market update, which will be the last of 2024. So we're about 3 weeks away from the new year. And of course, I always want to make sure you're up to date with the latest trends and what we're seeing in the market. December is one of those months where you're going to start seeing a lot of predictions of our price is going to go up, our price is going to go down, what's going to happen with interest rates. Just remember, nobody's got a crystal ball. We don't really know what's going to happen with those things until we actually see them and are looking back on them. But it is important to look at the data, look at what's happened in the past, and then you're going to have the best information to make your decisions going forward. I can tell you the month of November was actually more active than we had seen for maybe the last 30, 45, 60 days prior to that. And it may not show that in closings because, of course, there is some seasonality. There are people that are busy this time of the year. If they're looking at buying second homes and investment properties, they may put it off because they have other things, priorities that are going on. But the overall feel from buyers and sellers that we're talking with is that they're past the point where they're kind of that wait and see and they're making moves. So we're negotiating contracts in the last week or so on properties that have been on the market for the last 45 or 60 days and weren't getting offers, and now they are. So I think that's a really good sign going into the new year. Now, what I want to share with you is a couple of key pieces to look at going into January, and we'll compare them to what we've seen last year, and this is kind of a trend. November and December new listings typically will fall off. November, there's fewer listings than October, and December fewer than the November timeframe. But then in January, we see typically a big increase. So once that new year starts, it's kind of like the market wakes up, and not only do more properties come on the market, but they're absorbed quicker because there's buyers that have been looking in November and December, just maybe weren't ready to make a move. And then all of a sudden we start seeing the contracts roll in. So look at these numbers. In residential new listings in the month of January last year, so January of 2024, listings went up in January over December 54%. Big jump. But the new pendings went up 50%. So when people talk about, well, there's going to be a lot more inventory coming on, there is, but there's also more buyers in the market. One misconception is that process, people think, tends to happen further on in the spring. You'll hear people say, well, I'm going to wait till spring because that's when the buyers show up. It's actually not that correct in our market. The buyers show up very early in our market, especially with the secondary properties, investment properties, second homes, oceanfront condos. They're looking to buy early because if they want to make any improvements or upgrades and stuff like that, they want to do that before the main rental season starts. Okay. In condos, new inventory in January of 2024 went up 56%. So very much in line with the residential. So they had 56% more new listings of condos in January of 2024. Pendings went up by 64%. So there were actually more buyers coming in than there were new listings come on the market. That's a really good sign if somebody's looking at the possibility of selling in the first quarter of 2025 going into the new year. Now, days on market, it's interesting. Condo days on market did go up in the month of November from, and quite significantly, from 87 days to 105 days. And that is significant, and that's been a trend. A few months ago, we were in that 60-day range, and now we're up to 105. That is going to change a little bit going into spring, again, because there's more buyers. But that trend line is one we're going to watch because it is taking a little longer for the condos to get sold. On the residential side, completely flat, literally flat for days on the market, November into December. And I think that will probably continue. We're at around 61 days, I think, on residential. So that's a good time frame. That's kind of normal for residential homes. Now, here's an interesting thing. Months supply. In the residential market right now, we've got about 4 months of supply, meaning if another residential home didn't come on the market, it would take us about 4 months to sell through the current inventory that we have. And that's kind of one of those metrics that we use to to see, are we in a buyer's market, in a seller's market, or or can we kind of trending one way or another? That 5 months time frame is kind of the middle. So we're really on the residential market. We're still really kind of in a seller's market because 4 months is below that 5.5 month threshold. Now, on the condo market, we're actually over 7 months of current inventory right now. So if another condo didn't come on the market, it's taken about 7 months to sell through. But go back to what I said in January, and the activity picks up quickly. So what does this all mean for you? If you're thinking about the possibility of putting property on the market in 2025, it's worth a look to see, does the timing make sense to do it sooner than later? Because if you have always felt like the market didn't really wake up until the springtime, that's not the case in a lot of the categories that we have along the Grand Strand. So if you have any questions and you're contemplating, should I sell, should I not sell, please reach out to me. I will be working through the holidays. Always available for your call or your email, and appreciate you allowing me to be your resource. And if you're not doing anything and you're completely fine with the holdings that you have, that's great too. If you ever want to just check in and get an updated price, because there are a lot of micro markets within the entire Grand Strand. There's different things happening within different neighborhoods, different areas. Feel free to reach out to me. I'm happy to give you an updated market analysis and a more accurate price analysis than you're probably getting online, because they just don't have all the information. So thanks again so much. And I appreciate you allowing me to be your resource. Have a great holiday season. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year, whatever you celebrate. I hope you enjoy your friends and family, and we will talk to you again very soon. Thanks so much.